Philosophy of Existence by Karl Jaspers. Quotes. Philosophy of Existence by Karl Jaspers serves as a profound exploration of existentialist themes, touching on the nature of reality, freedom, and the boundaries of human understanding. Originally presented as a series of lectures, this work reflects Jaspers' belief in philosophy as a process that confronts the essence of existence itself. Through an analysis of concepts such as the encompassing, Jaspers examines the limitations of objective knowledge and the role of subjectivity in shaping our understanding of truth. Influenced by thinkers like Kant and Kierkegaard, he delves into the need for individuals to transcend mere knowledge, urging a commitment to self-awareness and authenticity. Philosophy of Existence thus stands as a call to confront the depths of human freedom and responsibility in a world that often reduces life to superficial, deterministic frameworks. Quote 1. No known being is being itself. Whatever is known has become known. It is thus a particular that we have grasped, but also something that conceals and restricts. This quote highlights the philosophical idea that everything we know is only a limited version of the full reality. Knowledge reduces things to what we can grasp, but in doing so, it also hides the deeper essence of those things. This limitation is inherent in all forms of human understanding, as we can never fully know the totality of existence, only individual aspects of it. Quote 2. The encompassing always merely announces itself in present objects and within the horizons, but it never becomes an object. Here, Jaspers is explaining that the encompassing is a fundamental aspect of existence that cannot be fully grasped or objectified. It manifests itself through the things we experience, but it remains elusive and cannot be pinned down as just another object of knowledge. The encompassing is more like the background from which all things emerge, yet it remains beyond our complete understanding. Quote 3. We strive to get beyond every horizon, which still surrounds us and obstructs our view. But we never attain a standpoint where the limiting horizon disappears. This quote emphasizes the human quest for knowledge, which is bound by horizons, limitations in our understanding. No matter how much we explore and learn, new horizons always appear. We never reach a point where everything is fully known, and this creates a continuous drive to seek more knowledge, while accepting the endlessness of this pursuit. Quote 4. Existenz is the self-being that relates to itself, and thereby also to transcendence, from which it knows that it has been given to itself, and upon which it is grounded. In this statement, Jaspers introduces the concept of existenz, which is a deeper level of being where a person becomes aware of their relationship to transcendence. It is through this self-awareness that one realizes their existence is not self-created, but is grounded in something beyond themselves, giving their life meaning and direction. Quote 5. For freedom exists only with and by transcendence. Jaspers is conveying that true freedom can only be realized when one connects with transcendence, something beyond the immediate material world. Freedom is not merely the ability to make choices, but also involves reaching beyond worldly constraints to connect with a higher sense of existence, which gives depth to our actions and decisions. Quote 6. Philosophizing in the modes of the encompassing is a matter of a resolution, the resolution of the will to being to detach itself from all determinate knowledge of being, after I have appropriated its full portent, so that being itself may truly come to me. This explains that true philosophizing requires a conscious decision to move beyond the specific, limited knowledge we have about existence. It involves a willful effort to transcend this limited knowledge in order to encounter the fuller reality of being itself, which cannot be captured by ordinary intellectual understanding. Quote 7. Man's essence is still less contained in the anthropological knowledge he can gain of himself as a living being in the world. Jaspers asserts that the essence of a human being cannot be fully understood through scientific or anthropological study. While these fields provide insights into human life, they fail to capture the deeper aspects of existence that define what it means to be human, such as self-awareness, spirit, and the relationship with transcendence. Quote 8. Truth, the word has an incomparable magic. It seems to promise what really matters to us. The violation of truth poisons everything gained by the violation. Truth holds a unique power that captivates us because it appears to offer something profoundly important. However, when truth is compromised, even the benefits obtained through deceit or distortion are tainted, losing their value. This suggests that truth, regardless of the pain or difficulty it may cause, is essential for genuine fulfillment. Quote 9. Truth gives courage. If I have grasped it at any point, the urge grows to pursue it relentlessly. Once an individual experiences truth, even in small amounts, it becomes a source of motivation and strength. The recognition of truth not only encourages further exploration, but also instills a sense of determination to continue the search for more, no matter how challenging the path may be. Quote 10. In the face of this situation, one is inclined to accept the proposition that there is no truth. In a world filled with conflicting viewpoints and uncertainty, it is easy to become disillusioned and question whether absolute truth exists at all. The overwhelming noise of competing ideas can lead to skepticism, making people doubt whether truth can ever be fully known or agreed upon. Quote 11. Truth that is vitally important to us begins precisely where the cogency of consciousness in general ends. The truths that matter most to human existence are not found in the rational, universal knowledge that applies to everyone, but in personal, deeper experiences that go beyond mere intellectual understanding. These truths emerge from our individual lives and are tied to the way we engage with reality at a more intimate level. Quote 12. Truth, at the level of existence, is a function of the preservation and extension of existence. Truth, when related to human existence, is seen as what helps us survive and thrive. It is not an abstract concept, but is defined by its practical usefulness in our daily lives, ensuring that we continue to exist and grow. In this sense, truth is what supports and advances life, while falsity hinders it. Quote 13. In Existenz, the man who is himself present speaks. He speaks to another existenz as one irreplaceable individual to another. When people engage at the level of existenz, they communicate not just intellectually or emotionally, but as unique individuals. This type of communication transcends superficial exchanges and reaches a deeper level of understanding, where each person is recognized as irreplaceable and distinct, fostering genuine connection. Quote 14. Each truth falls into untruth when it violates the integrity of its own meaning and comes to be dependent upon and distorted by another truth. Truth becomes falsehood when it is twisted or overshadowed by another form of truth. When one truth overextends beyond its own realm or meaning and starts to dominate other forms of truth, it becomes corrupted, leading to confusion and falsehood rather than a pure and undistorted understanding. Quote 15. Truth can no longer remain truth in the isolation of a single one of its meanings. This statement reveals that truth cannot be fully realized when confined to just one perspective or dimension. Each mode of truth, whether it pertains to existence, knowledge, or spirit, is limited on its own. True understanding comes when these modes are integrated, acknowledging that truth is multifaceted and interconnected across different aspects of human experience. Quote 16. Truth is always apprehended in openness to the exception and with a view to it, but in such a way that he who apprehends does not will to be an exception. In this quote, Jaspers is conveying that understanding truth requires recognizing the exceptional, those moments or people who stand outside the norm. However, it is essential that one does not desire to be an exception themselves, but rather remains grounded in universal truths while acknowledging the insights brought by exceptions. This tension between the universal and the exceptional fosters a deeper grasp of reality. Quote 17. Authority is the unity of truth that binds all modes of the encompassing into one, and appears to us in historic form as universal and whole. Authority, according to Jaspers, represents a form of truth that unites the various modes of existence, knowledge, and spirit into a cohesive whole. It manifests historically, shaping the collective understanding of truth through time. This unity makes authority a vital force, connecting past traditions and present realities and helping individuals align their lives with a broader, more comprehensive truth. Quote 18. Exception calls everything into question, is startling and fascinating. Authority is the supporting, protecting, and reassuring fullness. Here, Jaspers contrasts exception and authority, two forces central to understanding truth. The exception challenges established norms, prompting doubt and curiosity, while authority provides stability and reassurance. Both play crucial roles in the search for truth. Exception shakes up what is known, while authority preserves continuity and order in the face of change. Quote 19. Freedom, which came to be by seizing on authority, can then resist authority. Having come into his own by means of authority, the individual outgrows it. This quote emphasizes the dynamic relationship between authority and freedom. Individuals initially rely on authority to guide their development, but as they grow, they must assert their own autonomy, often challenging the authority that once shaped them. True freedom emerges through this process, where one internalizes authority's lessons and then transcends them to act according to their own truths. Quote 20. Authority becomes untrue when those individual modes of truth separate that belong together. Jaspers warns that authority loses its validity when it becomes fragmented, when parts of the truth that should work in harmony instead operate in isolation. For authority to remain authentic, it must integrate all the sources of truth, existence, knowledge, spirit, into a unified whole. When authority becomes disconnected from these foundational truths, it degenerates into mere power. Quote 21. Truth, for men, exists in time and is therefore historic, therefore a task that is continually threatened. Truth, according to Jaspers, is not timeless or static, but is shaped by historical context. It exists within time and is constantly subject to challenges and changes. This makes truth a fragile, ongoing endeavor that requires vigilance and effort to maintain, as it is continually at risk of being undermined or lost. Quote 22. Exception and authority lead to the ground of truth that no longer belongs to only one mode of the encompassing, but, penetrating and appearing in them all, may constitute a unity. Exception and authority, though distinct, converge at a deeper level to reveal a more unified truth. This unity transcends individual modes of understanding or experience, emerging as a holistic reality. However, this unity does not erase tension. Instead, it allows for a momentary resolution where different aspects of truth are temporarily fused, creating a space for deeper insights and future breakthroughs. Quote 23. To live unquestioningly by authority is impossible for anyone who has ever really philosophized. Once someone has engaged in genuine philosophical inquiry, they cannot blindly accept authority without questioning it. Philosophizing brings about an awareness that requires a deeper engagement with authority, not through mere acceptance, but through critical thinking. This complex interaction with authority leads to a more nuanced understanding, where authority is not rejected outright, but understood in its full depth and complexity. Quote 24. Reason seeks unity, but not just any unity simply for the sake of unity. It seeks the one that contains all truth. Reason is driven by the desire for unity, but it is not content with superficial or incomplete forms of unity. It strives for a deeper, all-encompassing unity that integrates all aspects of truth, overcoming divisions and contradictions. This pursuit of the One is central to reason's role in human understanding, continually pushing beyond fragmented knowledge toward a more comprehensive vision of truth. Quote 25. Reason is the steady advance toward the other. It makes possible universal togetherness and involvement, and an ubiquitous listening to what speaks, and to what makes reason itself speak, first of all. Reason constantly moves toward the other, seeking connection and understanding. It fosters unity and communication, enabling a deeper engagement with reality and encouraging openness to all that exists. Reason listens and responds to the world around it, striving to connect diverse perspectives and experiences in a way that transcends mere intellectual analysis. Quote 26. Reason never turns into possessive knowledge, which necessarily limits and fixes itself, but remains an unlimited openness. Unlike fixed knowledge, which seeks to own and define, reason remains perpetually open. It does not seek to possess truth in a final or rigid form, but instead embraces the ongoing process of discovery. This openness allows reason to continually question, explore, and engage with reality without being confined by predetermined answers or structures. Quote 27. Reason, by contrast, continually overthrows what has been acquired by the understanding. The unity reason strives for is not an overview of the whole, springing from a deceptive will to achieve power by means of the mere understanding. Reason is dynamic and constantly challenges the certainties established by the understanding. While understanding seeks control and stability through knowledge, reason looks beyond this to a more fluid and expansive unity. Reason disrupts the static nature of understanding to reach a deeper, more profound grasp of reality, avoiding the temptation of dominance through knowledge. Quote 28. If I want knowledge instead of faith, technical recipes for everything instead of an existenz based on the whole of all the modes of the encompassing, if I want psychotherapeutic instructions instead of the freedom of selfhood, then philosophy leaves me in the lurch. Philosophy does not provide concrete answers or techniques for managing life, nor does it offer definitive knowledge or formulas. Instead, it calls for faith and self-discovery, emphasizing the existential experience of being. Philosophy offers guidance and insights, but it cannot replace the deeper, personal journey of engaging with life's complexities and seeking one's authentic self. Quote 29. As I elucidate the realm of the encompassing for myself, the dark walls of my prison seem to become transparent. This quote describes the process of understanding one's existence and reality. As one contemplates the boundaries and limitations of their life, these constraints begin to lose their hold, revealing the broader possibilities of existence. The dark walls symbolize the limitations of human perception, and as they become transparent, the individual starts to perceive the infinite and open nature of reality. Quote 30. I want to know true reality as a whole, and proceed by the route of cognition. I want to be. I want not only longevity, but to be my authentic self. I want eternity, and proceed by the route of efficacious action. Here, Jaspers highlights two fundamental human desires: the pursuit of knowledge and the pursuit of being. The first route represents the intellectual desire to understand reality, while the second route symbolizes the existential desire for authenticity and eternity. Both paths reflect humanity's yearning to grasp the true nature of existence and to live meaningfully. Quote 31. Everything is real in its own way, and at the same time, everything is only a perspective. This quote emphasizes the subjective nature of reality. Although everything we encounter feels real, it is ultimately perceived through individual perspectives. This duality means that while objects or experiences may seem real, they are also shaped by our limited perception, suggesting that reality is multifaceted and elusive. Quote 32. Reality is that which can no longer be translated into possibility. Jaspers suggests that true reality is beyond the scope of human thought and possibility. Reality, in its essence, cannot be reduced to mere conceptual possibilities because it transcends all forms of intellectual categorization. When we try to fully understand reality through thought, we only grasp its possibilities, not its true nature. Quote 33. Thought by itself cannot reach reality. It runs aground on reality. Only through the recoil of its inability can it make us feel that the crux of the matter is a leap into reality. This statement points to the limitations of thought in grasping the essence of reality. Thought alone is insufficient to comprehend reality, as it inevitably encounters its own limitations. It is only through recognizing the failure of thought that one can make the necessary leap into a deeper, more direct experience of reality. Quote 34. Man is the nothingness of a speck of dust in the limitless universe, and he is a creature of a depth capable of cognizing the universe and of encompassing it within himself. This quote reflects the paradox of human existence. On one hand, humans are insignificant in the vastness of the universe, like a mere speck of dust. Yet, on the other hand, they possess a profound capacity to understand and encompass the universe within their consciousness. This duality highlights both the fragility and the greatness of human beings. Quote 35. Reality reveals itself only to the transition, and does so not in the arbitrary moment of a mere occurrence, but in that fulfilled moment, which is an unrepeatable, non-interchangeable presence of reality itself. Jaspers emphasizes that reality is not something static or permanent, but is experienced in moments of transition. These fleeting moments of existence, when fully grasped, contain the true essence of reality. Such moments are unique and irreplaceable, offering a direct encounter with the fullness of being. Quote 36. Reality is only in the present, and as such, historic, unrepeatable. This quote emphasizes that reality exists only in the present moment, and it is inherently tied to history, making it unique and impossible to replicate. Each moment of reality is shaped by its historical context and cannot be reproduced or fully captured in another time, underscoring the fleeting and singular nature of authentic existence. Quote 37. Man is not able correctly to order the world as a whole into a unity, in the sense of giving a final and permanent duration to his existence. Here, Jaspers suggests that humans are incapable of creating a complete and unified understanding of the world that would provide a lasting solution to the challenges of existence. Every attempt to systematize or organize the world is ultimately flawed, containing within it the seeds of its own eventual failure, highlighting the restless and incomplete nature of human striving. Quote 38. Every mode of fragmentation of being is a demand upon us not to see reality itself in the fragments. This quote reflects the idea that fragmented aspects of reality, when viewed in isolation, do not represent the whole truth. The division and plurality we encounter in life should not be mistaken for the entirety of reality. Instead, we are called to seek unity beyond these fragmented experiences, as genuine reality can only be understood in its interconnectedness. Quote 39. True unity, as the pivotal point on which all changing unity in the world turns, and as the archetypal unity of all visible and reflected unity, is in transcendence. Jaspers argues that the ultimate form of unity does not exist within the world of immanent experience, but in transcendence. It is in the realm of the transcendent, where all forms of unity, whether in nature, thought, or human interaction, find their origin and meaning. This unity is not something we can fully grasp within the limits of our worldly knowledge. Quote 40. Reality recedes until it stands firm only in transcendence. This statement highlights the elusive nature of reality as we try to understand it through conventional means. As we investigate and analyze the world, reality seems to slip further away from us, revealing itself only in the transcendent. Thus, true reality is found beyond the immediate and tangible, existing firmly in the realm of transcendence. Quote 41. In genuine transcending, however, where we do not allow the thought to slip back into finite knowledge, it is precisely the possibilities in every appearance that remain inviolate. Jaspers explains that in moments of true transcendence, we must resist the temptation to reduce experiences to finite knowledge. In these moments, we preserve the infinite possibilities inherent in every aspect of reality. Transcendence allows us to experience the world not as something fixed and limited, but as a realm of endless potential. Quote 42. Confronting reality, therefore, is always like breaking out of illusion. It is a new, authentic, and supporting experience. This quote suggests that encountering reality involves a radical departure from illusion or false perceptions. When we truly confront reality, we break free from the deceptions and misunderstandings that typically cloud our vision. This experience is profound and transformative, offering a grounding sense of authenticity and support. Quote 43. In philosophizing, I experience the reality of transcendence unmediated, as that which I myself am not. This quote explains that, through the act of philosophizing, one encounters transcendence directly, without any intermediaries. It is an experience of something beyond oneself, something that cannot be fully grasped or contained within one's being, but which exists as a distinct reality, shaping one's understanding of existence. Quote 44. Philosophical faith is the indispensable source of all genuine philosophizing. Philosophical faith is the foundation upon which all authentic philosophical inquiry is built. It is not a religious faith, but a commitment to the process of seeking truth and understanding through reason. This faith drives individuals to engage with reality and explore the nature of existence, always striving to uncover deeper insights. Quote 45. For this faith, thought is the passage out of the dark origin into reality. In the context of philosophical faith, thought serves as the pathway from ignorance or confusion, the dark origin, toward an understanding of reality. Through thinking and reasoning, one moves closer to the truth of existence, gaining clarity and insight into the nature of being and the world around them. Quote 46. Religion is attested to by heroism in suffering and action, through artistic creations and poetry, by an extraordinary kind of thinking deposited as theology. This quote reflects the profound influence of religion, which is expressed not only through faith and theology, but also through the heroic acts, suffering, creativity, and deep thought it inspires. Religion shapes culture and human experience, offering a unique reality that deeply affects individuals and societies. Quote 47. The history of the last few centuries seems to point an urgent lesson. The loss of religion changes everything. Jaspers is emphasizing the profound consequences of losing religion in modern society. The decline of religious belief undermines authority and exception, leaving individuals and cultures without a firm foundation or unifying force. This creates a vacuum where meaning and purpose become uncertain, and the fabric of society is weakened. Quote 48. There is an ancient saying that in the sciences, a little knowledge leads away from faith, but that complete knowledge leads back to it. This saying highlights the paradox that while superficial knowledge may cause people to doubt or abandon faith, deeper and more comprehensive understanding often brings them back to it. The pursuit of full knowledge, whether in science or philosophy, can ultimately reveal the limits of human understanding and rekindle a sense of faith in something greater. Quote 49. A little philosophy leads away from reality, but complete philosophy leads back to it. Superficial philosophical inquiry may cause one to become detached from reality, lost in abstract ideas or endless questioning. However, a complete engagement with philosophy, fully exploring its depths, brings one back to a grounded sense of reality. It allows for a return to the essential truths of existence, connecting thought with the concrete world. Philosophy of Existence by Karl Jaspers leaves readers with a resonant view of existential philosophy as a path toward self-awareness and freedom. Jaspers emphasizes that true understanding is achieved not through definitive answers, but through a continuous journey of questioning and transcending. By addressing the limitations of science and objectivity, he advocates for a philosophy grounded in individual experience, where one encounters the encompassing and glimpses truths that remain beyond factual knowledge. In his conclusion, Jaspers suggests that philosophy, at its core, is an act of existential faith, a commitment to uncovering meaning and purpose in the depths of human existence, inspiring readers to live with integrity and openness to life's uncertainties.
Curious to dive into the mind of Karl Jaspers? With StudyLab Pro's book GPT, it's possible. Ask questions, explore themes, and discover the depths of philosophy of existence in an entirely new way. Start your conversation now by clicking on our logo. And if you're hungry for more educational content, subscribe to our channel to keep discovering, learning, and growing. Want more than just videos? Click on our logo now to join us on our platform for multiple choice tests, in-depth content, and tools to help you ace your studies. Get started now.